First and foremost, I want to thank God for my abilities, and I want to thank my trainer, Fernando Vargas. We had a good, strong camp. I'm focused and ready. I'm not taking this guy lightly. I know what it is to be in his position to fight someone with a name and rise to the occasion. I remember when I fought Kasim Uma for my first 10-rounder on a 2-week notice, and I remember the hunger I had going into that fight. So I'm not taking this guy lightly. So I'm going in there 100%, and I'm looking forward to putting on a show for the fans in Los Angeles. It's finally my first fight in Los Angeles, so I can't wait to fight in front of the fans. So thank you.
Opening up, and they're both making their debut. You got Julian.
I'm here, I'm ready, and I know Julian and I are going to put a great performance for the fans and for everybody. It's going to be a great fight. Thank you.
Before I bring up Julian El Camarón Ramirez, I want to acknowledge his trainer in attendance, former world champion, former top Olympian, Wayne the Pocket Rocket McCullough. Talk about wars. He can tell us about some wars there. With a record of 16-0, 8 knockouts, Julian El Camarón Ramirez.
Buenas tardes. Entrené duro para esta pelea y el Abraham López tiene 20-0, yo 16-0 y yo no quiero salir así ganando una pelea así cerrada. Quiero ganar bien, quiero ganar. No quiero decir que voy a noquear, pero sí entrené para noquear, entrené para pelear duro con Abraham López y yo sé que él no quiere perder, so va a ser una pelea buena y estoy listo. Gracias a HBO, Golden Boy y a toda la gente que va a salir sábado. See, I'm ready. I'm ready for this fight. I trained hard. I know Abraham did. They offered me 2 other fights before Abraham Lopez. So I want to give credit to Abraham Lopez because he stepped up and he's willing to put his undefeated record out there, and he's showing that he wants to be out there with the top guys, and I do too. I could have fought easier opponents. I could have said no, but as soon as I heard HBO, they didn't even tell me the money. They just told me HBO, and I said, yeah, I want to fight on HBO. It's a dream come true. I trained hard. I'm ready for this fight, and I want to finish my fight so I can watch Salido and Vargas fight. So it's gonna be a great night of boxing Saturday, and I'll see you guys there. Thank you.
Before we go back to now the main event, I want to remind, I was very fortunate to have worked with Marco Antonio Barrera in his trilogy with Eric Morales. There's similarities here. There are a lot. We can turn out the same fight, and I expect similar fights. The similarities is the man on my left, the promoter of Salido, was also on the opposite corner with me during those times with Eric El Terrible Morales. You had Mexico City with Barrera, you have Mexico City with Vargas. From the norte of the country, Salido, just like Morales. Beltran, Golden Boy. Sanfer, Golden Boy. So you see the ingredients are there. Wait till Saturday night. I'm excited about it. Before I introduce Orlando Salido, I'd like to introduce his manager, Sean Gibbons, to introduce the whole team. Sean?
Yeah.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming today. I'd like to thank the best commission in boxing, Andy Foster. There was a few hiccups leading up to this fight, and with Andy Foster's quick thinking, basically he was able to resolve the issues. Of course, the best network in boxing, HBO. Peter Nelson, again, it just took 1 minute for him to realize what kind of fight this was for him to buy it. our promoter, Zanfer Promotions, best promoter. If you're a Hispanic fighter, white fighter, black, whatever, Fernando Beltran is Zanfer Promotions. And come Saturday night, Orlando wants to join a group of guys that were former WBC champions: Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., Floyd Mayweather, Alexis Arguello, Eric Morales, Manny Pacquiao. And I think Saturday night, Orlando Salido will be adding his name to that. So let me introduce you first, his trainer, Santos Marino, who got him prepared for this fight. Santos.
Buenas tardes. Pues comentarios vienen, comentarios van, unos a favor, otros en contra de nosotros, pero pues yo pienso que la historia o los hechos van a suceder el próximo sábado, ¿verdad? Entonces nosotros consideramos que con la ayuda de Dios, una poquita de suerte, nosotros intentaremos hacer el resto. Y pues no me queda más que desearle a los dos contendientes que Dios los bendiga y suerte para los dos. Gracias.
What Santos says is that with the bless of God and with a little luck and of course with the hard training camp that they did for this fight, they should be the winners of this fight. Thank you very much.
Now we'd like to introduce, Orlando started working with Zanfer Promotions back in the early 2000s, and it was one of the biggest reasons, when he started 8-6-1, when he signed with Zanfer, that was like the whole difference, turned everything around, and that's kind of why he's where he's at today. So here's our promoter with Zanfer Promotions, Fernando Beltran.
Good afternoon to everybody. Thank you for being here. It's a real pleasure to be co-promoting this fight with Golden Boy. And of course, like Roberto Diaz said, this is going to be a war. It's a tremendous fight. Here's a great champion in Francisco Vargas, the new generation. And of course, we have a great fighter and a great champion in Orlando Salido, because we thought that he won the fight against Rocky Martinez, and a lot of people did. And he, of course, wants to have the green belt. And I would like to thank the WBC, Jose Suleiman here. And he always is dreaming about having the belt, because what Sean said, the great Mexicans, Julio Cesar Chavez, Eric Morales, Marco Barrera, a lot of great Mexicans got that belt, and of course he wants his name in. He wants his name there. I would like to thank HBO and of course Tecate for sponsoring this fight, and I would like to thank especially to Televisión Azteca. TV Azteca is the network that transmits boxing week after week and put the best fights in the world there. We don't care if the fight is produced by the German production, by Japanese, by HBO, Showtime, whoever is producing the best shows out there are transmitted in Mexico through TV Azteca. And it's a real bless for the fighters to have all these dates to perform. Most of the networks are having very few dates lately. And TV Azteca, Saturday after Saturday, you're gonna see the best fighters. And Orlando Salido is like, it's all about loyalty. It's all about loyalty. Loyalty with his trainers, loyalty with his team, with his promotional company. He's like the great Fernando Vargas. Fernando Vargas started with a trainer and finished his career with the trainer. And honestly, we respect that, and we respect Fernando Vargas. We admire him a lot. And Orlando Salido is one of a kind, one fighter that really comes to fight. Really, all the people that goes to his fights always, after seeing him, says this is the most entertaining fighter that I ever seen. And probably the people who's gonna be there on Saturday are gonna say the same thing. I am really blessed to promote this tremendous fighter, one fighter who, without a doubt, is going to be a Hall of Famer. And I would like to introduce him. And I believe he's one of the best Mexican fighters that ever lived, Orlando City Salido.
Bueno, primeramente quiero agradecerle a Sanfer y a Golden Boy porque la oportunidad para montar esta gran cartelera. Quiero agradecer al equipo de Vargas por la oportunidad que me están brindando, pelear por el título que tiene él. Pues no me queda más que haré todo lo que tengo que hacer para que esta pelea quede en el gusto de todos ustedes. Que quede en el gusto de todos ustedes, que hacer lo imposible para que quede en la memoria esta gran pelea aquí en el Stop Center. Gracias.
I would like to thank Golden Boy and HBO and everybody involved. Of course, the Francisco Vargas team for giving me this opportunity, and I really want to have this fight and to make this fight in the memory of everybody who's going to be there. and I think it's going to be a tremendous fight, and it will be in the memory of everybody who chose her. And I'm gonna make the impossible to grab this title, and I'm sure I'm gonna take this title to Mexico. Thank you very much to Obregón. He's already in Mexico.
There's just one more person along with Orlando's team, which is sitting off to the left. Victor Chino Barone. Chino, stand up, please. This is Orlando's been with Victor Barone since he's 12 years old. Chino Barone now is 83, and he'll pretty much fight anybody in the room. So, thank you, Chino.
Thank you, Fernando. Thank you, Sean. Ladies and gentlemen, before I introduce the champion, I want to introduce his manager, a good friend. We work with him and his brother, Moses, and with a lot of other young fighters. 2012 U.S. Olympian, also coming up very high on the WBC rankings, Joseph Diaz. To introduce his team, Ralph Heredia.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Wow, he's finally here. I know I'm excited to be here, but first of all, I want to thank HBO, Golden Boy, the whole WBC family, and it's definitely an honor and a great privilege to be given this great opportunity to be sharing the stage with a great, talented fighter like El Bandido Francisco Vargas. And I want everybody to know that we definitely respect Salido. Is not only a great warrior, but he's been in great fights that have been candidate fight of the year.
We know what we have in front. Great warrior like City Salido. And we'll see you all Saturday night. Thank you.
No.
With a record of 23-0-1, 17 knockouts, the WBC Super Featherweight World Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Francisco El Bandido Vargas.
Hola, buenas tardes a todos. Primero que nada quiero agradecer a HBO y Golden Boy por la oportunidad de realizar esta cartelera.
Good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I want to thank HBO and Peter Nielsen and the Golden Boy family for giving me this great opportunity.
Y pues ya estamos listos para este 4 de junio darles una gran pelea. Creo que tanto Salido como yo hicimos una gran preparación para darles una pelea emocionante, llena de emociones.
And we know that June 4th is already here. I know that Salido is trained hard, just like I've trained, to give the fans a great and exciting fight on Saturday, June 4th.
Y pues gracias a todos por venir y pues el sábado no se pierdan la pelea.
I want to thank everybody for coming out, and you definitely do not want to miss this fight. If you can't be there, be sure to tune in to HBO After Dark. Thank you, everybody.